Hello fellow YouTubers, this is just an open letter to WWE, and I know that absolutely no one in power will watch this video. I would be surprised if anybody watches the video, but who knows. But I wanted to do this for a while, so this is how the WWE could fix itself, for me personally. This doesn't mean it would be like a 1,000 times better product, but it would be better for me. If you disagree, comment. Look, I mean it. Comment. Before I get started, my WWE history. My then stepdad liked it. My real dad liked it. My brother liked it. My brother's friends liked it. When I was young, about 4 or 5-ish. The show meant nothing to me. It was just something that existed until I saw The Undertaker. It was SummerSlam 2003, I believe. That was the moment I became captivated. Undertaker fought back against the odds and won the match. To remind you of the card, you had La Resistance taking on the Dudley Boys for the tag titles, which the French won by cheating. You had Shane McMahon take on Coach, Kane versus RVD and No Holds Barred. The Elimination Chamber where Triple H retained, beating Goldberg last using a sledgehammer. That was the moment for me. I think everybody has a moment. Undertaker was, and still is, my favorite wrestler to this day. Undertaker symbolized, to me, the good guy who stands up for what's right, but answers to himself. Then Stone Cold and Hogan had a baby. So I will not insult any wrestler on the show now. I might not like Cena, but his character serves a purpose. Actually, scratch that. Rusev does nothing for me. So, what went wrong with the company? Why do we need so much programming every week, WWE? I'm sure there's at least like a week's worth of rants about this on YouTube. So let me just add to it real fast. Bring the brands back. NXT is for the rookies. Keep it that way. SmackDown can be mid-card. Raw can be for the more established superstars. Again, doesn't even have to be that way. Just listen to some of the other ideas. Or you can have a radical idea, mix up Raw and SmackDown. Maybe we can have Kane on SmackDown. Maybe Batista on Raw. The company has so much unutilized talent on the show. Start using these superstars. Put The Miz in a feud because, damn it, he deserves it. Back when the guest host thing was in full swing, Miz was the only reason I tuned in. The Miz. He might have had a WWE title run, but even that run was pretty pathetic. Like, he wasn't even a believable champion because of how bad he was booked. So, plus, since then, he's been pretty much unimportant. For goodness sake, WWE, split the damn titles. Undisputed titles are nice, but I could care less who has them. Here are the titles you have. One Diva title, one World title, one Tag title, the US and Intercontinental title. Why in hell? Break the titles. It would go with a different brand thing. Now, if you don't want to separate the shows, separate the titles. Because Daniel Bryan being the only world champion sucks. And it's not an insult towards his character. It's just that he hasn't actually wrestled in a month now. So it's kind of hard for me to watch and get behind this, believing he's the best superstar. He's a good guy, and he's world champion. He should be defending it. Also, stop relying on part-time talent. It's just annoying. We can cut Undertaker, being as the streak is gone. Triple H can leave once he's done this new evolution thing, and Brock Lesnar left. Which actually leads me to another point. The Royal Rumble is for pushing a mid-carder to the main event. Last time they did was when Rey Mysterio won it. Can you remember the year? That's right, it was 2006. 2006. So, Batista winning it? Douchey. Cena winning it? Why? And for real, stop trying to push Cena more. Because, and I understand the idea, but literally every single WWE fan has an opinion on Cena already. Anybody who goes to the shows has an opinion on Cena. Okay? So, stop making him be the only person on the show. May I also say, WrestleMania XXX. Here's the message for you, WWE. Vince, Google XXX and tell me what comes up. Did you? Yeah, because it's porn. You number like half of the WrestleManias. Why didn't you for this one? And I will say, you didn't screw up as bad as you could have, being as no one cared about Batista when he returned. So I'm glad you didn't give him the title at XXX. Now for real, establish heels and faces, because I feel like no superstar is on one side. I'm not saying we want clear-cut good guys or bad guys, but at least make them consistent. Stop relying on the foreign super heavyweight gimmick. For real, it's so bad. The greatest heel I ever watched was Triple H when he was in the original Evolution. That's a bad guy. And you know what? He spoke English. While I'm at it, can the divas learn to wrestle? Like, I get it. You want hot girls on your show. But why can't they be both? I remember when Mickie James showed up. I loved her. She was awesome, but you fired her for, what, from my understanding at the time, being too big. She wasn't big to begin with. Can we push mid-carders? Okay, we all loved Daniel Bryan main eventing WrestleMania to win the title, even if it was insanely predictable. Now do me a favor, push somebody else. Wade Barrett, Drew McIntyre, Dolph Ziggler, The Miz. The last few weeks on Raw, Daniel Bryan has had absolutely no opponent because there's no over heel aside from Evolution. Now here's my idea to shake WWE up. You want to appeal to everyone, which is, to be fair, what WWE has always done. So here's what you do. Raw is 3 hours long. Make the first 2 hours for the kids, and then the last hour for the adults. I mean, go to commercials, come back, and warn that the adult part is starting. Imagine it, Vince. 2 main events each week. Serious fans who still watch will be ecstatic. I know you wouldn't listen anyway, being as that wouldn't be for the kids. But you know how awkward it is watching a midget pulling another midget's tail off? Focus more on story. Here's what you're doing right. Wyatt versus Cena. You literally can't be doing it better. But of course I wrote this before Payback when Cena won. Here's some confusion. Wow! I predicted that pretty well. Okay, well, I wrote this like a week ago. And even in my script, here's some confusion though. A few months back, you were hinting that the Shield was going to break up. But now they're better than ever. Okay, whatever happened to Zack Ryder? Jack Swagger is a jobber still? Like, whatever happened to the local jobber doing a squash job? If you want, consult some YouTubers, because I swear they could do it better. Cena, Orton, Batista, Bryan, Punk. What do these guys have in common? They're all over 30. You need to listen to me when I say this. If you take one thing from this video, push more guys. I can't stress it enough. Push more guys. You can't rely on these guys much longer. Give CM Punk what he wants. I don't care what he wants, you give it to him. Because without him, WWE would have sucked for another year. I remember when the pipe bomb happened. I was spending the summer at my dad's and my stepmom hated it. So it was easier to just stop watching. I'd lost most interest in the product anyway. My friend Jeff messaged me and told me about what had happened. Keep in mind, I hadn't watched in months. That was the thing. CM Punk was exactly what you as a company needed. He had charisma, he had balls, he had the wrestling ability. Even when he had the straight edge society gimmick, you still paid attention. Anyway, if you're still watching the video, leave me a like or a comment. I wouldn't advise subscribing without looking at my other videos, being as they are not WWE. This is a one-time thing, most likely, so peace out, home skillets.